If you're new to Arc Raiders, there are a few things that the game just does not tell you, and they're probably why you're dying so fast. These are things I wish I knew before I started playing. The first thing, and probably the biggest mistake I made, was not respecting cover. I can't tell you the amount of times I died by simply not being in cover or by simply engaging with arc when there was no cover around. The starting gear you get is not great for killing arc, especially if you are running a free loadout. What you need is cover if you're going to be taking on arc early on. Now, if you do find yourself in an area where there is not a lot of cover, the best thing to do is try to avoid the arc completely. Hiding in bushes is an extremely viable strategy to stay hidden from the flying arc. Once I started respecting cover, I was surviving longer. But there was another system making the game harder that I did not realize was even there. Aggression-based matchmaking. For those of you who do not know what this is, aggression-based matchmaking is when the game will put you in matches with other people who have similar aggression levels to you. You might be wondering, what the heck does an aggression level mean? How does the game know my aggression level? Well, if you're actively engaging with other raiders, aka other real players in the game is going to determine you as an aggressive player, and they are going to put you in lobbies with other players who are also actively aggressive. This is not a good thing early on for beginner players. Essentially, the majority of the time that you do get good loot early on, which doesn't happen very often, or anytime you do try to fight some arc yourself, maybe you try to take on a boss, you're just going to get third-partied. You're going to get ratted at extraction, and somebody else is going to get out with your loot. Most of the time, these players who engage in PvP don't have any worthwhile loot on them. If they do find something useful like a blueprint or some early on crafting materials, more likely than not, they're stashing them in the safe pocket and running to extraction. Ultimately, doing your objectives and working with other players is going to net you the best loot. You're going to kill the big arc. You're going to get to loot them. You're going to get to loot those key rooms. And you're going to get to loot all the breached doors and stuff. When people aren't trying to kill you, there's so much more loot to be had. And you'll find the majority of people in this community are so friendly and will literally give away some of the best loot in the game just because they already have it and you're a new player. That's why aggression-based matchmaking is not the move for an early player. Once I understood that playing too aggressive was making my runs harder, the next mistake I had to fix was something a lot of new players do: saving your gear instead of using it. I'll make this one short and sweet. There's no point on sitting on a mountain of good gear in your inventory if you're never going to use it. The only purpose the gear serves you is to be used. There's no point in letting that purple gun sit in your inventory collecting dust. Go out into a raid, bring it with you, use it, enjoy it. If you die with it, you'll get another one. There will be more. You will eventually unlock the blueprint, you'll eventually be able to craft it, but you will find it consistently throughout your runs. The key is you have to actually bring good loot into runs to get some of that best loot. If you find something early on, bring it into the raid, use it, enjoy it. My last tip will make the game significantly more manageable for all you new players. Focus on the early crafting materials. It's so huge, I cannot understate it. The early crafting materials are going to be used forever. Even when you're 500 hours into the game, you're still going to need tons of those early crafting materials. You're going to be using them constantly to make guns, to make attachments for those guns, to make ammo, to make shields, to make heals, to make basic explosives, and all of the basic materials can be refined into the later on crafting materials. It's significantly easier to go out and find a bunch of metal parts and springs to make mechanical components than it is to find the mechanical components themselves. If you're stockpiled up on metal parts and springs, aka the early crafting materials, you're going to be set. You're going to be able to craft all of these higher level materials, and you're going to be able to make anything that you want whenever you want it. Arc Raiders is not just hard for no reason. It's hard because the game doesn't explain how it expects you to play. Once you understand that, the game clicks. I'll be posting more stuff like this as I keep learning, so stick around if it helps.